Well, hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to OLC TV for some more Total War 3 Kingdoms, the Furious World DLC. But a big thank you to CA for allowing me access to this early. Today with our faction preview series, we are having a look at Shamoke. Now Shamoke, for me, is the most interesting of all of the southern tribes rulers we can play as, because we 100% know for certain he existed. And we know that this was his name, unlike Mong Li, who we're not certain it's his name. Now, Shamoke was the ruler of the Five Valleys. This puts him in, I think it's called Wuling Commandery, which is near Chengde in Hunan. Now, he wasn't actually part of the rebellion against Shu Han. He fought alongside, as an ally alongside Liu Bei. So in 221 CE, Liu Bei had begun his battle of Xiaoting against Sun Quan. This is sort of a follow-up to what had happened previously, where Sun Quan had been persuaded by Cao Cao to attack Guan Yu after Guan Yu started to lay siege to Cao Ren's position all over the Battle of Jing Province, essentially. And it was part of Zhuge Liang's great offensive against the state of Wei, with Sun Quan coming in behind and with the likes of Lu Meng and Lu Xun fighting their war against Guan Yu. Guan Yu eventually ended up killed, and Liu Bei, a couple of years later, sought revenge, and that kicked off the Battle of Xiaoting. Now, Liu Bei sent a chap called Ma Liang as an envoy to meet Shamoke and the other tribal chiefs in Wuling, and did the usual thing of giving them wealth, titles, etc., 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 to guarantee their support. And Shamoke did show up as part of the Battle of Xiaoting to support Liu Bei. However, it was during this battle that he unfortunately died. So we know he existed, we know he fought on the side of Liu Bei rather than against him, and we know he unfortunately died during this time. It was slightly later on during the I believe the counterattack, Sun Quan's counterattack, that he died, though don't take that as like a guaranteed thing. I'm not 100% certain of that, but he certainly died during that battle. And so yeah, I find him a lot more interesting than the regular Southern Tribes leaders, purely because I know he really existed. Now, enough about the history. Let's have a look at him in game. So here's the ruler of the Five Valleys, and his playstyle focus is Reformation. Now, what this means is that he gets the greatest rewards granted for aggressive expansion. He wants dominion over the Nan, and he researches political forms more quickly. What he also has is, as he starts to reform his government types, he can get better faction and character satisfaction and faction diplomatic relations than other potential southern tribe leaders. Because when you reform as part of the Nun Man tribes, you can choose either between the Han or the Nun Man technologies, as it were, in the reform tree. It's slightly different for Shamoke, and we'll look at that. He is Lord of the Five Valleys, so he has his own faction fealty feature. Just like any of the Nun Man, he has his own specialities, and then if he can conquer or make other Nun Man tribes submit, he will gain theirs. He also has Wuling fighters, these sword and shield infantry. They are really quite good assault troops. He has Wuling slingers, who are actually quite good slingers, and I think slingers are pretty shit. They're okay. They're not, brilliant, because they're still slingers, but as far as slingers go, they're okay. The best slingers in the game are the ones with tigers. But, if you can't get ones with tigers, these are the slingers you want. And then he has the Might of the Valley, shock infantry, double-handed axe. Very, very quick shock infantry. Very, very potent unit. About the character himself, he's trusting, he's patient, and he's modest. And you can see this gives him a lot in the old expertise area. He is, of course, Nun Man, but he has a -10 satisfaction for Nun Man because he is a reformer. What he does get is a boost to his melee evasion for his infantry and speed for his melee infantry, so his troops are much faster moving on the ground than other potential Nun Man types. Now, his character background is thus. Where the valleys converge, there too is King Shamoke, straddling the border between nations, the tumbling waters of the confluence as precarious as his future. To his north, east and south lie the Han, persistent thorn in the side of those who would call themselves independent. Yet Shamoke must appease this unstable empire, lest he invite their wrath. At the same time, however, he is respected by the tribes of the south, and so cannot concede too much or risk shattering the fragile ground beneath his feet. Yes, he very much is on the Han side, whilst Mong Li is very much on the Nun Man side, if you take these. Whilst Mulu a little bit more Han, though he's definitely Nun Man, and Zhurong is a little bit more Nun Man, and definitely Nun Man. On the map, I think he is the northernmost and the easternmost of all of the tribes. Coming in, as you can see here, in sort of the central south area, pretty near Changsha actually. Changsha is like over here. So he has a pretty good position just south of Lubiao and just south of Sunjian as well. It gives him a great area of expansion, but he is surrounded by his enemies. Where you switch this to the 194 start date, he of course has a greater swathe of land, but he has Lubiao exactly on his frontier. However, we'll be doing this on the 190 start date. Let's get into it.
沙摩克大王，您在汉朝与南境部族之间的夹缝中生存，意味着巨大的机会与危险并存。您现不可暴露脆弱的一面，要让汉人尊重您。 如若不然，便让他们畏惧您。武陵是丰饶之地，占领这里不仅对您有所注意，还能让大汉势力退回至河对岸。这样或许会招致大汉的不满，但能赢取部族的尊重。哪怕他们目前还不会来投靠您。朵斯大王是最有可能成为同盟的人选。 保持与他的友谊是应对其他部族的关键。必须稳住他们，甚至对他们加以控制，无论是巧言说服，或是干戈相逼。若他们能挺过这次混战，众人会需要一个领袖，还有谁比您更合适呢？大王，您身处蛮汉之交，凭借着上苍赋予您的智慧与力量。 必将成为二者共主。
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here we are, the Bloodshot Lord. That is due to how he's described when he is first encountered during the Romance of the Three Kingdoms. He has this quite vivid, blood-covered bones everywhere description. Anyway, you sit at the border between North and South, but are of neither, who have fought your way to power through guile and skill at arms, bringing both Nun Man and Han to heel where they oppose you. A power vacuum grows, and you must be ready to fill it. But you must act swiftly, or others shall assume the mantle which is rightfully yours. You choose the path of domination or cooperation. You must unite the tribes, or seize the mantle of emperor. Act with haste, or be torn asunder. The mighty shall rise. There are many among the Nun Man who call themselves kings. True kings rise on the battlefield. Do not give others the chance to claim victories destined to be your own. Unification mandate represents your ability to as a conqueror and a statesman. Each permanent faction bonuses earn permanent faction bonuses through subjugation of other Nun Man factions. Rapidly conquering tribes maximizes potential rewards. So we need to destroy or vassalize the following faction: Jin Han Sanjay, who is a Nun Man tribe. We're gonna have a quick look at the ancillaries here. We've got. I promise you, you do get Nun Man specific ancillaries. I never get them when I am showing it. However, now we have Jufu to our north, and Jufu has lots and lots of refugees coming in, and he wishes to head south and take our land. So we are at war. We also have over here Jin Han Sanjay, and he seeks to make a name of himself against me. He's a fool. So wonderful. Actually. We've got more enemies around us as well. This is all part of Jin Han Sanjay's territory. But we have further down here, we have Jufu as well. So basically we're surrounded by hostile foes, and we need to make a decision where we pick our fight. We have our characters here, Shamoke, with his slingers, with his ruling fighters, and with his Might of the Valley. Then we've got standard Nun Man Warriors here under a standard Tsai, who is our faction heir. Now, the Nun Man are slightly different from other factions in the game and how they upgrade. So here we can see all of this is the same, but down here is where we get the level ups. So we can put points in each of these. Now, unfortunately, the game has given me this with 10 into his instinct. Her instinct, sorry. Oh my god, that's an awful choice. What you want to do is actually throw it all into expertise and get that as high as possible. But if we were to put it all in here and all in here, so they have 10 points across both because you can get 10, then we'll have very high expertise and very high instinct, so we'll be able to destroy whole units without taking much damage, which would be really, really cool. And so, essentially, for every upgrade you get, you can put 1 point in. You can see here they have put 1 point into Vanguard here, giving us plus 10 instinct. A mighty total of 42. Now also you have these beneath, and these all have unlock requirements. For example, this one, if you win battles with this character, so this character has to be in the army, then you will get, once you've won 15, you will get plus 20 morale, for example. Once you get up to level 3, you will have immune to fear and terror, and you will have unbreakable. Some of the easiest to get are things like Butcher, where if you kill 300 people, you get plus 10 melee armor piercing damage, things like that. They all kind of go in your favor. Administration, eh? Go on, you can have this because you fancy yourself as a vanguard. Sorry, I can't say that with a straight face. Authority for you, my man. And then who else do we have? We have Mong Li as well. So Mong Li can, yes, that will suit you just fine. Do you know what as well, Mong Li? You will have this because you may end up being an administrator in the future. Now, before we get into anything else, we're going to have a quick look down here, the unification mandate. So here is unique to Shamoke. So a leader's caliber is measured by their actions, their purpose by the result. So domination. Here, if we start to achieve the ranks of domination, we will start to get benefits. So domination is through, I believe, taking out factions, whilst this one is about sort of allying with factions. So domination will get a reduced recruitment cost and increased morale eventually, whilst over here we will get increased diplomatic relations and more income from tributaries. The more vassals we get, the higher the cooperation, the more we confederate, the higher the domination. Okay, so we can actually expand very, very quickly, but we need to choose which one we want to go for. If you choose domination, you see you're going to get cheaper and cheaper units, which is going to help you provide bigger armies, and you're going to get improved faction morale. Over here, you're going to get more money coming into your coffers from your vassals, and you are going to have a better chance of vassalizing them. So you can choose. Both of them are extremely beneficial to you, which is really rather nice. We also have the reform choices. The reform choices are here, and this is what I was talking about earlier, where you can choose as a reformist, do you want to go for the Han, which is the square-sided stuff, or the circle, which is the Nun Man shaped reformed. So if you choose Ancestral Farmland, of course, this will negate your ability to ever get centralized storage. If you get this, it stops you being able to get that, and vice versa for all of the ones where you have a square or a circle. Now, if you do go down the Han line stuff, you start to get Han-related buildings. They're not exactly the same, but they're very, very similar. What you also start to get is the ability to get Han-specific soldiers. You can see here, you can get the mercenary units that are also used by Sun Jian and his faction, which is quite cool. Also, I think it's worth noting this symbol here, so you can see it on all of these. That symbol means it's unlocked until you unite all the tribes. So every one of the Nun Man factions has certain ones that you cannot access until you've united all the tribes. This is theirs. The first thing we must get is elephant taming. That's going to take 5 turns. Then after that, we'll have a look and see what we need to do. We also have our court. The Nun Man court is marginally different. We have cave lords. Cave lords are essentially your administrators. Tribal council are, a tribal council. As you gain fealty of more tribes, council will grow accordingly. We will, I think, do we need, that's a lot of extra money actually. No, I don't think we need to throw her in there. She's not high enough level. She's not going to get upset with us. She could do with being married, which could benefit us in the long run. But yes, you can throw someone in here and you'll get, some benefits for it. And diplomacy. We can trade with people, but we're surrounded by enemies. We've got peace, we've got military access. Dorsur is our closest friend, but we have opposing values because he is very much not a reformer. But we have a non-aggression pact, so that will work out rather nicely for us. We know that our southern border-ish is safe, but we should work on that relationship to improve it. Our biggest threat for now, however, is directly in front of us. I think it's time we test out this army. Jufu is there. Jufu has a crap army. He has cavalry, however, and we do not. We should go kick his face in. I'll see you in the battle.
混乱动摇着我们足下的土地。为了维系与大汗和各部族的良好关系，我压上了一切，只消一步差池，他们便有借口与我反目。届时，我族将是羊入虎口，我不能退缩。如若口舌已无法达到目的，就用刀剑与怒火继续我的追求。
Okay, so nice rainy day, perfect for his archers, I'm sure. Let's have a quick look at our troops. We'll start, of course, with Shamoke and the other officer. So this is generic. Let's get a slightly better view. This is a generic Nun Man officer. They all have roughly the same armor and stuff like that. And she got herself a horse. Shamoke, however, has a Shuchu-esque mace and some very cool tiger skins on him, a bow, and a lot of blood on his face. Having a look at these slingers are club-armed, like the other slingers, but they are better, actually, than the other slingers. Here are my favourites. The axes, the might of the valley. These guys, they're very quick moving, they got themselves a big fuck-off axe, and they hurt people with it. Over here, the Wuling fighters. So these are our assault infantry, they're armoured, they have big swords, and they are slayers of heroes. They are no slouches at all. And where are our absolutely useless ones? Here are our absolutely useless ones, up here. So these are the Nun Man Warriors, they have stone axes, they're not all that bad, they're not all that good. They do at the beginning, but they are not in the same league as our others. Let's kick this battle off. Where is the dribbler himself? I think we should just march forward until we can find him. Now, Shamoke has no, as you've noticed, he has no elephant. Mulu starts with an elephant. Mong Li has some elephants in his army. Shamoke just has a horse, and he has this, swift steps, which boosts speed and reduces fatigue. Very, very useful, that reduction in fatigue. Tai has this, which is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. But you do suffer 10% of your own health in doing it, but you get 22k splash damage. It's absolutely incredible. I mean, that's more damage, more splash damage than an elephant goring a unit. It's incredible. Absolutely incredible. These boys have the Tribal Pride passive buff, which gives 300% melee damage and 300% melee armor piercing damage as well if they are in combat with an enemy general. That's why they are the hero slayers. they boost. If you can stick those in against enemy units, they start killing them. They're great. They're really good for that. These boys here have the Berserk, so if their health starts to go below 50%, they go nuts, and they get a big increase too. So shoving them in the thick of the fighting is not necessarily a bad option. The Slingers here are just standard Slingers, and these guys are just standard axes on that front. Where is Jufu? We need to start scouting him out. I've had enough of talking. Speed this up. Where are you? There you are. Good on you. Charge. 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 You and you. Advance over there. Slinger type. Throw rocks. You and you. Advance over there. Go, 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 go. We've got him. We've absolutely got him. In the back. That cavalry is going to hurt, but let's pin it as fast as we can. You boys advance up here, please. So, yes, unfortunately you can see he did hit my Might of the Valley in the rear, which is disappointing. A little bit disappointing. But, no, you know what? Stay on them. You take that off. We'll pop some of this just to reduce our fatigue. And we'll speed up so we can get a better hit in there. You guys are there. Fantastic job. Yeah, keep throwing your rocks. Axes here, the Might of Valley. It's very hard to see between the trees. But they are going to hold, and they're going to go nuts. And like I said, the more damage they take, eventually they start to become extraordinarily powerful. So we're not super fussed about them taking damage. We have a unit here in reserve. You can keep shifting up this way. You boys get stuck in here. Don't stop. You're going to have to go in here. You start chasing. Ulu, you can bring down Jufu. You guys, I mean, you're not going to get to your half health, really. You're fine. Shift over here, please. They have a unit that seems to have reformed. Stay on them. You, Wuling fighters, get in there and go nuts. That's the enemy general. That is the enemy general. You boys, chase. Yeah, do you know what? You guys can advance over here. You. Yep, sling away. He's running. He's running. There's nothing he can do about it. Shamoke, if you don't mind, come over here. We need to get their kill counts up, because as soon as they hit 300, they start to get benefits. Now, if I was playing this on a perfect start or as a campaign, I would chase him down just because the kills are seriously important. But I'm not, so I'm not going to waste your time. But definitely, just for the butcher skill, for his stats, you definitely want to kill as many as possible. But you saw there, we absolutely crushed them. We didn't actually have to kill that many to destroy his army. We lost a few. We removed his leg with a mace as well, which is quite important. And Jufu is dead. We lost 126. I will take the income. I don't think we need the replenishment, actually. And we are not quite in place to take that. We will be there very, very shortly. Now that we have a little bit of extra money, is it worth marrying Tsai off to... Possibly, you know? There we go. That was a chunk of cash we probably didn't need to spend. But may as well. I've not had a wedding as a Nun Man. Not that you really get anything for it on this. Shushé, of course. You need to marry as many of your family members off as possible and make your family as big as possible. Invite anyone and everyone of talent to be a member of your family. He, of course, gets the discount as well. Doesn't cost you 2,000. Right. Faction Secession Jufu has been replaced by Qiao Mao. Well, that's not going to serve him well. In we go into Chongxian. Decisive victory, we'll take it. So, we've taken this, and it's different when you take Nun Man territory. So we're taking Han territory, so we can either occupy, loot, or occupy, or sack and withdraw. Okay, the standard. We're going to occupy. Now, we've taken this territory. We can upgrade that. Chongxian we can upgrade and get some rice paddies in there. But I'd like you to notice this. So this is the rice paddy territory, okay? no longer does it say rice paddy down here. It actually gives you the historical name of one of the important settlements within that area. So in this case, it's Chongxian. Here is Qianling. Here's Fuling, actually of Fuling Commandery. We've got Quren of Badong, Jiangzhou of Ba, okay, Jiaowei, Fuling, Linyuan, Badong, etc., etc., etc. And they've changed it. So this is no longer Jiangling, which you said before, which was the name of the city. They've changed it to Nan, which is what it actually was. Okay, so that makes it a little bit more... we can definitely get some food from farming now. Yes, please. We're going to shove Mong Li in there. But it does make it more historically satisfying for me, because of course I do know a lot of... I know the North far better than I know the South. But, at least it gives me a reference point when I'm looking for things. Now, what do we want here? We could probably do with some more food. Site of Reflection isn't a bad shout, but actually, I think, more than anything else, we want some more troops. Now, these are our options. These are your generic slingers, just so you can compare the two. Poultry armor, expendable, roll skirmishers. Here, poor in melee, cross all terrain, roll skirmishers. Their attack is much higher, much higher. Their defense is much higher. They have slightly more ammunition. Just in general, they're better. We've got the Wuling Fighters as well. Compare that to these guys. These guys can't adopt advanced formations. These guys potentially can. They're Slayers of Heroes. They have much increased attack. Though I don't think there's a... Yeah, they're slower, of course. And these guys, Mighty Valley, see that 40 speed. They are quick. Anyway, it's enough of me blabbing on about them. I think we shall get a couple of slingers, a couple of spears, and I can't afford more of the unit I want, so I shall wait. Can we start to trade with anyone yet? No, we cannot, so we shan't. Next turn. We don't need to worry about the Han Empire too much. Huang Fusong has never been the most aggressive type. I do think the Han should become slightly more aggressive. I know they've got to be passive to an extent because they have the ability to field armies non-stop if they so wished with their starting resources, but they'd run out very quickly if they did that. These are the characters we can recruit should we wish to. I don't know if any of them are based on historical people or not. I know some of them do come from Rise of the Three Kingdoms, the story, but for the most part, I don't really know the Nun Man that well. So I couldn't tell you if they were or not, unless they're some of the most famous amongst them. Yeah, go on. We'll get 2 lots of those. That's a lot of money right now. And then we're going to head over here into Jin Han Sanjay's territory and see if we can take out Fu Ling in its entirety. Just carry on. Skip forward to the next turn. We do need to deal with Chao Mao down in the south, but he's a little bit far away. And our mission is to destroy this chap. So we've taken out the threat of the army there. Right. Another person merit. Han falters. A courier is brought before you. None of the Nan Man, but of the Han. Their route south delivers news to Shishir has led them astray into your lands. Information is a valuable commodity, and with some hospitality and wine, the courier shares with you the news of internal strife within the Han. Men with ambition seek to grow their power. The weak are consumed, and those who act with wisdom may survive or even prosper. Over the course of the evening, you apply what information you can of your imperial neighbours. Spectacular. Information is powerful. Now, unfortunately, road systems and everything else suck in this territory. We want to hit Fu Ling first, I believe, and then go for the farmlands down here. If it has this thing here, this symbol here, that means it's Nan Man lands. So you can only construct sort of Nan Man related stuff there. And also, this is dense jungle. So if you are non-Nan Man, oh my god, it hurts to move through this territory. We, of course, are Nan Man, so, it's fine. It's fine. These boys, yeah, you will be absolutely fine with that. We're going to save up a little bit of money so we can spend more money. You notice here that Chongqian is not Nan Man. That is Han. That's why we can only build Han buildings in there. Okay? So Nan Man buildings and Nan Man buildings, Han buildings and Han buildings. And you can't really, we don't have access to the entire setup, I believe, for everything, unless we do the reform tree to unlock it as well. Right. Slightly easy start, I have to say, as him. The fight against Jin Han Sanjay will be slightly more challenging, but Jufu is a nothing. He's just a strategist with a crap army. We can take Wuling very quickly. This is the boy we need to beat into a bloody pulp. He's just shown. Here we go. A woman scorned. One of your generals made the unfortunate mistake of holding back when sparring with your sister. Incensed by her opponent's lack of sincerity, feeling insulted and with a temper high, she gave him no quarter in the following round. Unfortunately, the sound drubbing that followed has strained the relationship between the two somewhat. Tsai and Mong Li, their marriage is faltering. But Shamoke has ranked up, so we can see this in action. His expertise is almost there, and we can pretty much get him very close to 200 eventually if we keep doing this. So we're going to give him this, that's going to give him plus 10, and that's going to keep building up. You can see here he's already got 200 kills to his name, so he's almost at the butcher. We have nothing else, unfortunately, that we can give him. But there are other things here that as we fight siege battles, as we win battles and all the rest, we will get a lot of benefits from. Okay. Ooh, hello. I forgot to press apply. There we go. My mistake. Now, Chen-Ling, you would like that. Yeah, go on in. Our man down here wants to pick a fight. I'm sort of okay with this. But I'm just wondering. Were we to stand here, he might have to move through us. Just an idea. I've not done it before. I didn't when I was mucking around for an hour or so beforehand. But I haven't done an ambush as the Nun Man, and I just quite like to see the jungle terrain, because we, I think, are in the jungle commandery. Might be wrong. Ambush failed anyway. It's fine. Let's mess him up. Let's mess him up. Our troops are slightly damaged because we've just recruited them. That's not a problem. Some of the boys haven't really recovered from the last battle. Not a problem at all. We've got him almost 2-1. He has a lot of the standard Nun Man troops, which our boys should be able to beat in a straight fight, though of course we will lose casualties. But were we to flank them, we'll cut through them. His slingers are shit. My slingers are better than shit, but only slightly. He has the same spears as I do. This should be pretty straightforward. Question is, where is the bastard? There he is. Right, let's move up. Let's go, boys. Let's go, 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 go. Now, we can, of course, duel. Should we choose to? I've never been overly keen of dueling, but Shamoke is not a bad duelist. But, of course, these individual guys don't wish to duel. Right. I'd like you boys to shift off to that side. Slingers are going to come over here. The Wuling fighters are going right into the front. You Wuling fighters are going right into the front. There. You axes are going over to this side. You and you are going to go, yeah, over there. I think that will work if we want to be marginally terrifying. We'll just speed it up so we can get into position. My Wuling fighters basically are going to rip straight into their front line, and then we're going to try and outflank them with our weaker soldiers and our better hitters, which are these boys here. Now, they may start to shift. Okay, that's fine. They've hit my axes here. You, round. You, form over here. You, charge. You and you. Come on, go. Up here, boys. Up here. You and you. Go, 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 go. In here. Now, unfortunately, my hero killers are over this side of the battlefield. He has very cleverly avoided them. But it's not going to last forever, because we're going to cleave these guys into tiny little bits. Come on. You and you. Right, you. Back over here. You. Chase them off so they don't come back. Bring these guys down, please. You guys. I need you over here. You. Rear charge. Now's the time. get in there. Very difficult to see what's going on in amongst the trees. He will be killing my people, but he'll be doing it relatively slowly because he just has a crap axe. I told you guys to charge and engage, not get close and stop and admire their handiwork. There we go. Right, you're in here. We don't need to do any of that. You boys sit tight. Axes over here. You... Yeah, come down here. Kill and don't stop killing. You kill and don't stop killing. And you kill and don't stop killing. Right, so what you're going to do is stay focused on them. You're going to come over here and stay focused on them. You, axey chap, get stuck in here and don't stop. Now you four on him, because you're going to get all the benefits. Come on, kill these guys. Kill them, kill them, kill them, kill them, kill them. They're wavering, they're wavering, they're wavering. They're not dead yet, unfortunately, but they are wavering. Come on. Come on. Ah, damn it, they're poor in melee. Get over here and deal with them. That's unfortunate. That is truly unfortunate. Right, you axes, you are... Yeah, you're killing this unit, please. You're ripping his face off. They've started to run, so that's not bad at all. That means you can head back over here. You keep killing them. You smash them. You keep killing them. You don't need to be there anymore. You can go chase them down. You as well can go chase them down. We'll just leave our hero killers to smash him. They are running. He is running. This is game over. He's Nun Man Spearman over here. Just not going to stand a chance. Just not going to stand a chance. I do like the fact that they still have lots and lots of flags and stuff like that, because I love seeing the battlefield littered with the flags, trampled ones, and their new flags are so cool. The crossed axes there, and you know, the rhinoceros there, and the like. They're just awesome. We're going to pop one of these, just because it's really powerful. Like crazy, crazy powerful. Come on. Do it before they run. Otherwise you would have lost the health for nothing. Didn't quite. Oh, there we go. A little bit. That's what it does. 22k's worth of death. You boys, he's come back. He's mad. He has come back. Shamoke is killing. You are killing. You two, not you, on him. Slingers on them. Tai will just kill, kill, kill. And it should be game over. Just need him to break. There we go. Game over. Now, there's no merit in chasing him down and killing him as the Nun Man, because then we can't confederate. Well, he must have an heir. But, of course, the original faction leaders tend to be more powerful than the heirs. So keeping the original faction leaders alive does benefit us if we're going to confederate them. Vassalization is different because it depends on their personality, however. Now, either confederation or vassalization, you still get the fealty bonuses, so you don't need to worry about which one you choose. Just whichever playstyle you prefer, choose that one. Got a stone axe, how wonderful. We will take the replenishment because we're going to have some fighting. And prepare the economy. Have at least 6 food. Well, fantastic. Defeat 3 armies or garrisons. Keep your enemies closer. No 10 factions. Elephant taming has been got. This has given us an elephant economic breakthrough. Brilliant. Guangzhou has killed Sun Jian. We got ourselves a war elephant. Now, war elephants, if you're on a war elephant, you cannot dismount, you cannot duel, and you cannot use your character abilities. But you get the elephant abilities, and the elephant abilities are pretty impressive. Ambushes, characters, lots of people. Not overly worried. We're going to head very quickly up here just to take this one. Just capture. Very good. We are now a chieftain because, of course, the Nun Man have their own tree. So, chieftain, Lord of the Valley, King of the Nun Man, Ruler of the South, Greatest Ruler, Emperor or Nun Man Kingdom. This is different for Shamoke. Normally, you can only have the Nun Man Kingdom. But, of course, for Shamoke, he can choose to be Emperor. But for that, he needs to unite China. Makes him a different player. You can straddle both sides. And then eventually, of course, you'll be forced to choose. But it puts you in a position of power. Now we can start to do our things. You can see these ones are locked because we have not yet met the requirements to unlock them. So what do we want instead? Establish process, income from peasantry, food production, food supplies. I think pop growth will work better for us straight away. And of course, once we have completed like the enemy secrets missions, these are, by the way, we will be able to boost. Can we get any trade? No, apparently we can't. That's such a shame. Such a shame. Anyway, all of that's done. I think I'm just for the sake of showing it, I'm going to shove Tsai on an elephant. I'm going to keep Shamoke off an elephant for now, for no reason whatsoever, really. I think, I don't know. Yeah, I'm just going to give it to Tsai, even though Tsai's a better fighter. I think that's why, because Tsai's a better fighter. Shamoke can then duel with his big mace. Okay, awesome. By better fighter, what I mean is when he's on the elephant, when she's on the elephant, Tsai will be able to just beat the crap out of stuff, while Shamoke is better individually as a duelist rather than a unit killer. Though we can make him a unit killer eventually, I'm sure. Right, buildings, ground are done. We've got more people we can choose to recruit if we so wished. We've got some money, so we could upgrade this in if we wanted to. I definitely want to do more than anything else, however, is bring in someone. I don't have the money. It's such a shame. Forget that then. Don't worry about it. We're going to head down to finish him off. Now here, yeah, we'll bring that in. If we move any further forward, we risk being attacked by the garrison as well. What's the size of his garrison? His garrison is crap. We could probably take it. These guys are really badly hurt. They're going to take time to set up. We're okay for a turn there, no matter what happens. Let's go. Right. It's quite interesting being surrounded by the Han in this area. We could take a very seriously potent piece of territory here in this position, because Tugu has declared war against us. Okay, no problem. We are protected by the river to the north, which is quite nice. Mong Li has declared war. Dorse is our ally. Tugu has declared war. Tuna has declared war. Dong Tuna has confederate. Dorse's finished. If Dorse is finished, no, I still can't get any trade. See here, Dong Tuna has taken it. Wutugu is over here, across the river. We will finish off this guy, and then I would just go up there and thump Wutugu. Wutugu is Lady Jurong's brother. Mong Li. I think we'll get you some of this. And so, like Jurong, Wutugu, everyone else will be, and Mong Li will all be roughly the same opinion. Right, close victory. It is just a farm, I believe. Low-level farm. Yeah, nothing about it. We'll just delegate it. If it was a town battle with the Nun Man town, I'd show you it because they have some really cool artwork. But the small things are just small things. And these are the options. Now we've finished them. So do we wish to dominate or basically work with them? So vassalize will give us the benefits of increased tribute and everything else, but the Confederation will give us the domination bonuses for faction morale and the like. Now Confederation will mean either way, actually, with vassalization or Confederation, we will gain the fealties and we will get the essentially like the control of the territory directly or indirectly. However, the difference is this: vassalization, they will stay independent, but for Confederation, we will have the ruling family members. So the ruling general in this case is Jin Han Sanjay. He will join us, and any of his family members will join us. The other officers may or may not. It may also be seen as an act of treachery. I'm going to take it this way. And this means that we have, if you look here, this is the fealty system. Now we are Shamoke in the middle. We are all, like the faction you are playing as is always in the middle. And here we have all of the benefits we get. So Might of the Valley, Ruling Fighters, Ruling Slingers, and the like. Now that we have taken Jin Han Sanjay, we get +5 research rate, +5 prestige from fealties, and +10 income from peasantry. But we also get a negative relation to Han Empire factions. The more powerful we become through taking out the Nun Man tribes, the more our negative grows. Were we to take out Lady Jurong, we would get Followers of the Flame, we would get Tiger Warrior improvements, we would get Tiger Slinger number improvements, and all the rest. So every faction you can assimilate into your own, the more benefits you get from their fealties, which is just wonderful. Mighty shall rise, we have got Jin Han Sanjay. Fealty of Jin Han Sanjay. Born into the greatest family in his local area, Jin Han Sanjay became king of the ravine at a young age, having lost his father while still only a child. Through the adversity of his life, he has never lost sight of the need to help his people and raise them from penury. Very nice. Now I'm going to expand their reach. We've got 2,000, and now we need to unite more under the banner. So gain the fealties of all Nun Man tribes, and we will get lots of cool stuff. Character ranks gained. Tsai has gone up. Tsai, yeah, they're up in the resolve, so we're just going to keep on up in this resolve. I think she is heading very close to level 2 there as well. Okay, cool. We have Fu Ling in its entirety, which is really rather lovely as well. And you'll notice here we have Jin Han Sanjay, who will be joining us. Now, Jin Han Sanjay, because he has already fought battles and like, some of these are unlocked or becoming unlocked, which is quite nice. He gets night battles if he fights ambush battles with his character. So if you want to have night battles, which is crazy useful, then fight ambushes. We've got Book of the Mountains. Campaign movement rates is very, very nice. Very nice indeed. He has his own unique armor. He's cowardly, suspicious, and cunning. He's a strategist type, but he also has high resolve. Yeah, he could be quite fun. He really could be quite fun. We need time to replenish that army. We have Mong Li to our south. We have Dong Tuna over here, who don't like us. Doesn't like us. Doesn't like us. Really doesn't like us. That's our current situation. We're surrounded by people now who really don't like us. So we're going to need to deal with it one way or another. We've got a little bit of spare cash. Were we to up this, we get more food. More food would be quite nice. Were we to up this, more prestige, 400k income. We don't need that right now. We'll get this because we'll be able to just get better stuff. We do need to head down and take out this toolmaker. But we probably want to do that with a new army. Ji has joined us too. Ji, I'm guessing, was one of Jin Han Sanjay's people. Yes. Okay, and Ji is beautiful, cautious, ascetic, high authority. Okay, cool. So, were we to throw you into army, for example, like this, then you may become useful to me. We don't really need a huge number of slingers, but we'll definitely get one. We'll get a couple more these guys, and I will save my money from now on. Just build up our force over here, because we're going to have to go beat some people round the skull in the near future. We do want to deal with Chamal, but Chamal wants peace. Yeah, there's mileage in taking that for now. Just because it removes the threat. It means we can focus on everything that's happening to our west and immediate south. Tuan is coming in our direction. What does Tuan want? I wonder. Mong Li has declared war on Tuan. Chamal and I signed peace. Wu has declared war on Jialong. I love Wu's hat. Dong Tuna has declared war on Chamal. Political breakthrough. No 10 factions and all the rest. Fantastic. Diao Chan has happened. Okay. Character developments. Jin Han Sanjay has shown up. Character ranks gained. Shamoke. So Shamoke. We're going to throw this up again. There we go. Getting much, much higher on that front. Now, our man here, Tuan. Janya. Interesting. You're down here. You really don't like me too. What what I'm going to do is shift all the way over here. Just going to be here. And I think I'm going to head possibly posing. You're at war with Mong Li. Mong Li is going to take your territory. Because Mong Li will take your territory really bloody quickly. Done. Done. Let's finish him off. Cool. Smashed. His troops were tired. Oh my god, I should not have done that. That was horrendous. Shamoke has declared war on Tuan. How in the whole... That is just god-awful. Right. I should not have delegated that. I was doing it for the sake of speed, but my god. The losses. Ah, bear that in mind, people. Please. But we got a military breakthrough, which is the important thing. Tuan has been hit really, really hard. Our army is now here. We can recruit some more troops because, by God, do we need them. Yeah. Get a couple of axes in there. Build them up. We'll be able to then take this territory here, which doesn't really have a garrison, very, very quickly if we are speedy about it. Do I want to throw Mong Li in here now? Yes, I think I do. That will keep her a little bit happy. It is going to knacker my money, but that's not a big problem. We're not doing this for the long term. And once I take a territory, it'll sort itself out anyway. And yeah, were we to take this territory here, that puts on a nice border with Mong Li. We've got Wutugu to the north. We can clear out Wutugu very, very quickly. Then we will have united pretty much the northern tribes, and then we just need to deal with the southern tribes, which are Mong Li, Jurong. Also, of course, been taken out, but Mulu and the like. We've got the communal incentivization, elements, Shanzhi. We are pissing money up the wall, but that's not a problem. And we have now, because we completed those missions, we have access to all of these things here. Now, replenishment is magnificent. Trade agreements we don't necessarily need right now. I will do this because it will work very nicely for us. Here. Here. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're there. We have crap all really going for us. I think we should give it a go. Heroic victory, it says. That will work very nicely as an ending for this preview. Take him very, very quickly. We've got an ancillary. We can employ 2G, which will be not necessary. And we will confederate. And there we have confederated Tuan. This, of course, has got the fealty of Tuan, so a proficient and tested Wu Guo chieftain. Tuan leads the people with great authority and perseverance, forever readying them in the arts of war. His troops are drilled and drilled again. Lady Tuan's army endlessly honed for battle. Come. Character developments, ancillaries gained, oath sworn, friends, and the like. But if we look here, Tuan is not happy. Why is Tuan not happy? Because he has a rivalry with me. Because I declared war with him. You have to remember this, okay? So it is like anything else. Your relationship with them will alter depending on how you treat them. We, of course, declared war out of nowhere and took him out. This created a rivalry. So he is not very happy. That's the reason why I did it that way, just to show off that Confederation isn't always the best way of dealing with them. Had we vassalized him, we'd still be rivals, but we might be able to deal with it a different way. Of course, we will be able to make him better over time. And he does give us some cool new toys. Where is he? Here. Tuan. So Tuan brings me melee evasion, so my troops get even better in a fight, which is very, very nice indeed. Now, that is where I'm going to leave this initial preview for Shamoke. You can see that a few turns in, 10 turns in, we've taken a good swathe of land here. We've got some people who don't like us to our south, we've got some people who don't like us to our north, but Jianyang is relatively safe. We can very, very quickly deal with Wultugu if we need to. He's not all that big, and Wultugu would give us a hell of a lot. I mean, look at this. Special units and everything else. Now, just a word of advice. That's the first time it's happened to me. I was doing it for speed, but those delegations, my god, that hurt my army. Bear that in mind. I will bear that in mind for future ones. I was literally doing it for speed because we were coming up to the end of time. But that was scary. I knew we would lose some casualties, but to lose that many units was terrifying. And it does take some time for these guys to get back up to strength, as you can see. Not my greatest move, but like I said, this is a preview and we will learn from it. I would continue to finish up Wultugu. That'll just take him out of the way. We're not going to take the rest of this territory here, but the threat's there. That'll give us a lot of extra fealty. Then we can deal with Mong Hua and Dong Tuna to the south. Once we have dealt with them, there's Mulu as well down here. There's Jurong over here. There's a few other tribes. Leave Jianyang for a while. You need someone to trade with. If we can actually find someone to trade with, yes we can. We can trade with Xini. Spectacular. So you can trade with people, bring some money in. I'm not quite sure why he's against that when he was for it before. But, you know, you can build up from this position. He's quite interesting, Shamoke. He's very, very interesting indeed, because of his ability to either go full Han or go full Nun Man. Anyway, I really hope you enjoyed this. If you have, please feel free to drop a like and subscribe, and look forward to seeing you next time for more Total War. Thank you very much for joining me. Bye-bye.